the music part, but not the dance. Why?
Anita, you're saying those times as though it was so long ago.
Yeah, it was long ago. It was long ago. It's been more than 20 years.
Oh,
more than 20 years, yes.
But
more
Anita doesn't look more than 20 years old
Thank
herself.
you.
More than 20 years. I remember more than 20 music and dance.
Yes.
Although the grey hair is threatening to give you away.
Yes, don't worry.
You're not interested in the yomo.
No. I love it.
You love it. Just let it be
What
free.
do you have against
part of
people
the
who
story.
wear yomo?
Oh no, I like it when people leave the grays to flourish because sometimes the dye is too obvious. Sometimes they don't clean it well from the air. You see
Charlie, you see that the man is old, he's weak, but his hair is black. Hey! Yomo beggar. Yomo beggar. So Yomo, heavy.
I feel nice, a sugar and spice. I feel nice, a sugar and spice. So nice, I got you.
3FM Sunrise.
Well over. The main reason why you need to start your day with us.
We give the leaders the mandate to govern our affairs. We have a responsibility to hold them to account. It begins here. Start your day with us. Good morning, Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the wonderful world. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Start your day well informed. Start with us on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Catch the all-new Sunrise Morning Show with me, Johnny Hughes, Helena Piampofo, William Asiedu,
And Noble Crosby Annan.
weekdays from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 3FM 92.7. Your urban lifestyle radio.
You are a major stakeholder in nation building. Your voice matters. Start your day with us.
To simplify the conversations, break down the jargons and technicalities, we keep you well informed throughout the week. Start your day with us. Knowledge is power. We put you in the know of the happenings in Ghana and the world over. The main reason why you need to start your day with us.
We give the leaders the mandate to govern our affairs. We have a responsibility to hold them to account. It begins here. Start your day with us. Good morning, Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the wonderful world. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Start your day well informed. Start with us on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Catch the all-new Sunrise Morning Show with me, Johnny Hughes, Helena Piampofo, William Asiedu,
And Noble Crosby Annan.
weekdays from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 3FM 92.7. Your urban lifestyle radio.
You are a major stakeholder in nation building. Your voice matters. Start your day with us.
To simplify the conversations, break down the jargons and technicalities, we keep you well informed throughout the week. Start your day with us. Knowledge is power. We put you in the know of the happenings in Ghana and the world over. The main reason why you need to start your day with us.
We give the leaders the mandate to govern our affairs. We have a responsibility to hold them to account. It begins here. Start your day with us. Good morning, Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the wonderful world. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Start your day well informed. Start with us on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Catch the all-new Sunrise Morning Show with me, Johnny Hughes, Helen Apiampofo, William Asiedu,
and Noble Crosby Annan.
Weekdays from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 3FM 92.7. Your urban lifestyle radio.
You are a major stakeholder in nation building. Your voice matters. Start your day with us.
To simplify the conversations, break down the jargons and technicalities, we keep you well informed throughout the week. Start your day with us. Knowledge is power. We put you in the know of the happenings in Ghana and the world over. The main reason why you need to start your day with us.
We give the leaders the mandate to govern our affairs. We have a responsibility to hold them to account. It begins here. Start your day with us. Good morning, Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the wonderful world. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Start your day well informed. Start with us on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Catch the all-new Sunrise Morning Show with me, Johnny Hughes, Helen Apiampofo, William Asiedu,
and Noble Crosby Annan.
Weekdays from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 3FM 92.7. Your urban lifestyle radio.
You are a major stakeholder in nation building. Your voice matters. Start your day with us.
To simplify the conversations, break down the jargons and technicalities, we keep you well informed throughout the week. Start your day with us. Knowledge is power. We put you in the know of the happenings in Ghana and the world over. The main reason why you need to start your day with us.
We give the leaders the mandate to govern our affairs. We have a responsibility to hold them to account. It begins here. Start your day with us. Good morning, Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the wonderful world. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Start your day well informed. Start with us on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Catch the all-new Sunrise Morning Show with me, Johnny Hughes, Helen Apiampofo, William Asiedu,
and Noble Crosby Annan.
Weekdays from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 3FM 92.7. Your urban lifestyle radio.
You are a major stakeholder in nation building. Your voice matters. Start your day with us.
To simplify the conversations, break down the jargons and technicalities, we keep you well informed throughout the week. Start your day with us. Knowledge is power. We put you in the know of the happenings in Ghana and the world over. The main reason why you need to start your day with us.
We give the leaders the mandate to govern our affairs. We have a responsibility to hold them to account. It begins here. Start your day with us. Good morning, Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the wonderful world. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Start your day well informed. Start with us on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
I should say, long time no
Catch
see.
the all-new
I hope you've been
Sunrise
keeping
Morning
well.
Show.
I'm keeping well, thank you. How
Despite all that's going on. Yes, we're here. Where there's life, there's hope. We're thriving.
Exactly.
So we've dubbed the entire month of May Family Month. And on that journey, we've been exploring different topics, looking at the family units, health issues. Mother's Day was, of course, a very big one as we celebrated our mothers. But we're still talking about the family units. And today, we're looking at the aspect of finances and spirituality. Let's start off from the financial aspect. And Anita, why would you say it's important for there to even be structure in the first place in the family unit? Because I'm sure not all families have a plan, if you will, on how they manage things, and that might go to their detriment.
Right. Well, so I'm excited about this topic because there has to be some sort of conversation. You know, a lot of families don't have conversation on these financial maturity, intelligence. So it's a great topic. I also feel like it would also help to demystify that thing. You see, there's this thing around it. I remember back in school, I never really liked mathematics. I didn't, yes. And in secondary school, whoever taught me was so strict that because I didn't like math, it actually aggravated, the anxiety. But later when my dad came in to teach me when I was at home, I was able to move from E to A.
Really?
Yes.
You moved from E to A.
Yes.
And that was all due to the teaching style.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's okay that you love one subject over the other, but to be afraid of a particular subject, that's a huge thing. It can cause anxiety. So talking about a financial thing in the family helps to demystify it. It should be a part of our daily activities or daily conversations in the family. It is extremely important that there's a structure and everybody comes on board. There are times that even husband and wife, between the two, they don't even talk about their finances.
They don't even know how much each other owes.
Yes.
How much each other makes or how much the other person makes. And it's important, you say, for that to be a point of conversation and discussion.
Absolutely. It puts everything on the table for each party. That is if there are no children involved. So you know how much you're spending, you know what's going into what you owe and all that. And then when there are children, the children should also be involved. There has to be, financial literacy for the children, because some of them can be very impulsive. If a child knows that this is what the family is earning, these are the goals that we have, long term, short term, they know what they can demand for and all that. So it's a great topic. There has to be structure because it helps the family. It can help the family take care of their loans, their debts. It can help the family to handle their expenses, daily expenses, weekly expenses, monthly and all that. It can also help them to save and invest for the future. Without that, it's people are all over the place. Yes.
Why do you think people find it so difficult to talk about finances? As a culture, we're quite shy when it comes to talking about money. What do you think is the hindrance?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, there's that thing. It's almost as if you don't have money, then I catch you. Like your life is out of balance.
Yeah.
Yes, but even wealth it depends on who is describing wealth. What is wealth anyway?
In fact, I think that is a great starting point. What does wealth mean to you? Maybe what success means to one family, it's not the same.
It's not.
For another family.
It's not. As far as I am concerned, wealth has to do with fulfillment. Yes, because there are people who have a lot of money, they have no peace, they're not making impact, they're just there. What is money without impact? What is money without fulfillment? What is money without peace of mind? What is money without health? You see, so these are things that should come on board all the time. And then the family will understand that, whilst we're talking about finances, it's more than just the money. It's more than I have money in my bank account. It's more than I have money in my Momo. You see, when we start from there, families now get excited about it because it involves a lot. Yeah.
So in practical terms, let's set the scene. a new month is upon us, for example,
Right.
who do you task or who should be tasked with, for example, setting the agenda, planning, meal planning, putting money aside? Typically, you hear that, well, mums are the managers of the family purse.
Right.
Is that all supposed to be on mommy? How does daddy get involved? And also practically, how do we rope in the rest of the family? That includes the children as well.
Fantastic. So for me, I always say that every marriage, every family is unique. I wish that people will move away from, oh, the woman will have to do this, the man will have to do this. A family would have to sit down, a couple will have to sit down and then determine these are the dynamics of our marriage or the dynamics of our family. So based on what I am doing, this is what I can handle. Based on what you're not doing, you can do this and that. Once there is an understanding of what each party or one another can do in the family, then they take it from there. But if it's so as it is in the society, a mother is supposed to do this, then when there's a situation when the mother cannot do it but the man can step in, then there is this friction.
Okay.
But there has to be an understanding. That's why it's very important that couples or families communicate all the time. They understand where they're going as a family, as a couple, and then they take it from there. Yes. So there has to be roles and responsibilities.
Okay.
There has to be accountability on each party's side. Once there is that thing, everybody knows that, okay, I am the one supposed to do this. If I'm not supposed to do it, I can communicate that. Who can step in for me and all that? Without that, there is chaos.
What do you make of joint bank accounts then? Is that something that you advise partners to do, to have a central location where they pool resources, or do you think that everybody should have their bank account separate?
Well, I wouldn't say that I would advise. I can only suggest.
Okay.
Because once again, every couple is unique. However, it's not bad to have a joint account and then separate account. So for the joint account, every member of the family that makes money, there is a cut that is going into it because it's going to support the family. And then you can individuals can also have their separate account to take care of other needs. Should that happen?
Yeah.
But the joint account works for a lot of people.
You don't think that it would make maybe one party more complacent? Well, if there's always a kitty to draw from and one person is always putting money in there, or that also has to come with dialogue?
Yes, yes, we have to know based on how much you're making, this is the amount that is going inside, or we can have a fixed percentage of what you're making into the joint account. But everybody has to play a part. Everybody. That is why I do not advise one party to just sit there and not do anything.
Right.
Because I'm an advocate for women empowerment, and my empowerment has nothing to do with being biased towards the man. If I say woman empowerment, I mean woman, get up and do something for yourself. Yeah, so if you're a woman, you don't sit there and say that, well, I'm earning less. And these days, women can even earn more than their husbands.
Right.
So whatever that you're earning, you have to support. Sometimes when women assume that it's the man that's supposed to take full responsibility of the home and all that, there can also be chaos because then the man feels, well, am I the only one doing this? But when there's support, that's where the joint account comes in. When the man knows that his wife is supporting, when the wife knows that the man is also supporting, then there is this understanding. They appreciate each other's support for the family's financial health.
And also, would you suggest then that the kids also have a monthly allowance? In practical terms, how does that look?
Yes, when you're teaching children, you have to add some sort of responsibility to it, age-appropriate responsibility. Yes, that's why some families will have the picky boxes and all that for their children. So you give them a few responsibility, and then you can give them something to put it in there, so they know that, oh, I'm working to earn. They are able to appreciate that, oh, daddy is working really hard to help the money. Oh, the family. Oh, mommy is really hustling. So they don't take things for granted. And if they want something, they know that they have to work for it. When I say work, it's not like they're breaking their back. Whatever that you're giving them, as I mentioned, is age appropriate. And they grow up to know that you have to work.
So you would suggest that model then? You hear sometimes they say, okay, if you sweep the compound, you make some money. If you go a step extra, you get a bonus, you think that's a good idea
It's
to
healthy.
yeah.
It's healthy. It goes beyond financial literacy for the child. It also helps them to be responsible, because there's just some children who don't know how to do anything, especially families that have maid servants and all that. The child grows up knowing that the maid will do this, the house help is going to do this, oh, mommy will do this, daddy will do that. That's all they know how to do. It's not healthy for the children. So first of all, whilst you're helping them with the responsibility, they are becoming financially more intelligent, and then they become responsible with your own lives. Yes.
Anita, these are some top gems that you're offering this morning. If you're listening to us, hopefully you're picking some tips and tricks to apply in your own family. I think that's also a good idea, giving children some chores and attaching some, financial incentive. I think it's also a good bonding exercise. If all the children get together on a Saturday morning, for example, they're working for a bit of money, add a bit of competitiveness to it, and you have, some very eager children excited about that. Now, let's move away a little bit from the financial aspect and talk about spirituality and how important that is in the family unit. Let's talk about that. Why is that something that family heads should be thinking about?
Spirituality. Well, personally, life is very superficial without spirituality. There is a God out there, and if you do not recognize God, really, your life is very superficial. I know that people have different definitions or different associations for God. I am a Christian, so that's the God that I'm talking about. Once the family is spiritual, it brings deeper peace. You see, as I mentioned earlier, imagine that you're working so hard, you're getting all the money, but you don't have that inner peace.
But Anita, before we even carry on, so you say spirituality, you didn't actually say religion. Is there a difference between the two, or are we using it interchangeably?
Well, so for me, spirituality has more to do with a relationship. Yes, it's the relationship with God. Every time when people talk about religion, what I hear is Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and all that. It's like, that's it. But for me, spirituality has more to do with the relationship that you have with your God, and everything else that comes with it. His precepts. Like I mentioned, I'm a Christian, so that relationship means I'm reading the Bible and all that. I believe in the Holy Spirit. I commune with Him and all that. Yes. So back to the topic. Once there's spirituality, there's inner peace. Well, apart from the spiritual growth, there's also inner peace, and it bonds the family. You see, it bonds the family. There's something that prayer can do. You know what they say, the family that prays stays together.
That's
and all that. And there are times that individual family members would have issues, but spirituality comes in, that love. You see, when you're spiritual, when a family is spiritual, they look out for each other or one another. There are some families, it's so dysfunctional that nobody's looking out for one another, and it's spirituality that will bring that.
And you see that in your line of work, where families come and seek your help, and the issue is so deep rooted. Do you find that in your practice?
Yes, it might not necessarily be so out there. Sometimes people don't even know that's the
Really?
Yes.
So you could be in the situation, be in the turmoil, and not really appreciate the extent of devastation.
Yes.
I see.
That's what makes it sad. Because as a counselor, as a therapist, whatever, yes, you can see where this is coming from, but they don't see it like that.
Right.
It's very superficial. They don't go deep into it. Yeah. So spirituality really does a lot of things. If you're praying together, issues can come up. If you bond with one another, people can share what they're going through. You see, everybody is different. Everybody's destiny is different, even when you are within a family.
Right.
So at a particular time, some people will call it the weakest link. I don't like people to use those words, because when people get to know this, it also makes them feel like, well, I'm the, yes. However, there are people in the family who may be struggling. They may be going through depression, struggling with even academics and all that. But because you're not attentive, you're not discerning in some of these things, the problem becomes aggravated, and sometimes it gets out of hand. So spirituality is a deep thing.
Now, with regards to spirituality, and as you mentioned, it's an individual thing. What do you suggest to parents who, for example, have young ones in the family who maybe one day wake up and decide, I no longer subscribe to the family unit's faith. Maybe it's the Christian faith, and you have maybe the son or daughter saying, I think I want to branch out. I've been hearing about Buddhism in school and so on and so forth. Or maybe the Muslim family, and you have one member no longer wanting to subscribe to the faith. It's the sort of thing that can cause a lot of friction. How do you suggest that families deal with it, where the spirituality is taking members of the family on different journeys?
Fantastic question. So for me, I'll say that before people get there, you have to that's why it's so important to start early. Yes, if you're a Christian family, you start early. Whatever family that you are, you start early so that we don't get there. However, when that happens, you can only support them. I mean, it is not your faith. That's not what you believe in. But your family member says this is what they are accepting. I find out that some people will be too strict on it. The best you can do, for example, as a Christian family, is to pray. Because you believe in Christianity. You believe in God through Christ, right? And the other family members, so you can only pray for that family member. You can share counsel, you can give guidance and all that. That's the best that you can do, but you can't force.
Yes, because sometimes it gets quite combative in the home, and I'm guessing that would be counterproductive.
Yes.
It's not going to bring family members together, because some parents will say, well, if you don't subscribe to the same faith, you're going to have to leave the house, or, the relationship ultimately changes. But you say supporting that member of the family is what you should do.
Yes. I mean, imagine that you're driving that family member out of the house. You're actually driving them to whatever they're ascribing to, right? Yes, that's it. You do not agree to whatever that they're ascribing to now. You have to bring them to the fold. And I'm not saying it's easy. It will not be easy, especially when you believe in what you believe in and somebody else here. So it will not be easy. You may think that the child or whichever family member is trying to be rebellious. Sometimes that's how we see it. Sometimes not even breaking away from the faith. It might be an attitude or a character, and then parents or some family members will take it so personally. Have you noticed that thing? Yeah, sometimes a child will be exhibiting certain characteristics, and parents will take it personally against looking at it from the child's point of view. Yes, so many times when you bring them closer to you, there might be a change. However, even if there is no change, that person is your child, that person is your family member. You love on them anyway.
Right. Yeah. Now let's talk about mental health as a family unit. Who should be tasked with ensuring that all members of the family are feeling okay, feeling all right upstairs, they are happy? Because as you say, wealth is measured in a number of ways, and I know happiness is also a key component. If you have a lot of money and you're unhappy, or your brain is on fire, as it will, then maybe you're not as successful or as wealthy as you think. Who should spearhead the mental health department in the family, if you will?
Everybody.
Okay.
However, if you have young children, then we say mom and dad, or the adults.
Okay.
Yeah, so husband and wife. Yes, but initially I said everybody because we are supposed to be looking out for one another.
Right.
You see, yes, there are certain family units. Some people are doing their own things. They're not looking out for the other members of the family. And there are times that one member may be loving, may be there for everybody, but they are not well. You see, so if you imagine that, mommy is the one to take care of our mental needs, she's looking out for our emotional health and all that, or daddy's supposed to do this, and you're not looking out for mommy, or you're not looking out for your
daddy,
wife, and vice versa. It can be a big problem. So everybody should look out for one another. But if they are young children, they may not really. But you have to even get them involved in it. You see, children, usually we say that children learn by observation. You can tell them to do a lot of things. If they're observing something different, they're not doing it. So if you're bringing them up and you're letting them know, how are you doing? Do you feel all right? When you went to school, how did you feel? When this person said this to you, how did you feel about it and all that? That's all mental health. So you get them involved. A time will come, mommy is sitting there quietly. The child can ask, mommy, are you feeling all right? Did you do this and that and that? So everybody should be involved in the family's mental health. It is not one person's responsibility at all, because sometimes the one that you dump this responsibility on, they're not well at all.
They also need the support.
Exactly. But because the person now understands that, everybody's looking up to me to take care of them. Sometimes, even when they're not well, they don't share it because they feel like once I share it, then everything is going to go haywire. So
Right.
let me just bottle everything inside and help everybody. And sometimes by the time the family knows, this person is gone, like,
Because it's not sustainable
It's
if
not.
you are going through something to just keep on, plowing through when there's a lot on your brain. So between husbands and wives as well, how do partners, head of households check in with each other? What sorts of conversations should they be having in practical terms? Is it something you talk with the family, over dinner each day? How often should this check-in be done?
Very often. You probably not call it we're having mental health discussion, but very often we're basically saying that families should talk all the time, couples should talk all the time. And I like the dinner part because in this world a lot of things are happening. People may be going to work and all that, so you wake up in the morning, rush hour, you're moving back and forth. See, there's no time for communication. You come back from home, it's another rush hour basically, because you have to do everything together and prep for the next day.
That's
so
right.
during dinner, we should be very intentional. Some of these things can come up. Like I said, some people can even decide to put a name on it. Oh, on Mondays you will talk mental health. On Tuesday we'll talk finances.
That's
on Wednesday
exciting.
we'll talk our children. On Thursday we'll talk recreation and vacation and all that. Yes, you see, families should be very intentional. There was a time that I was giving a marriage seminar and I mentioned a lot of married couples don't even have marital vision.
Okay.
Yes, you get married. Okay, we're going to get married. All the excitement. You plan your wedding. So much goes into it. You get married, and that's it. There is no vision for the marriage. There's nothing that you're talking about as far as your finances are concerned, childbirth and all that. For some couples, childbirth is the automatic next thing after getting married. But you have to prepare for the child, because pregnancy in itself can be something, and
Right.
then when a child comes in, the dynamics will change. So families should talk all the time, from the marriage itself to childbirth, to rearing the children, nurturing them, getting them to school, education and all that. Once there is continual communication about the family's goals, some of these things will come out, and it'll be a healthier family system than what we have in most homes today.
I like that you mentioned intentionality. So these things that you see in a healthy family unit, they don't happen by accident. It's not that, these people just woke up suddenly and everything was flowing. If you don't put those measures in place, you won't get the results.
No, nobody puts anything on autopilot and see it's working. You have to be intentional about, that's the word. You have to be intentional about every single thing. Once you leave it on autopilot, that's it. It's just like we say that, if you leave your house and you don't cater for it for a very long time, what happened? Weeds infest it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's when weeds, the weeds are trespassing. Yes, if you leave your marriage, if you leave your family on autopilot, weeds will infest it. Outsiders, third parties, different ideas. That's when infidelity and all that comes in, because there's nothing happening. But if you're intentional even about fidelity, yes, so you know that you have to be able to draw healthy boundaries. I am married, so yes, I have friends with the opposite sex, but I have to draw healthy boundaries because I am married. If it's so intentional, when signs are rearing their heads, you notice. But if you're just there, you wouldn't even see it.
And in fact, you talk about boundaries, and these are boundaries that each party should know. Well, for me, after 10 p.m., I don't really want to see you on the phone chit-chatting with your female co-workers. Let's draw a line. Once you leave work, let's park that and have family time. And then the other partner can say, well, what if I'm on an emergency call or whatever? At least that conversation is there. Each party knows what they like and what they don't like. And you say that you don't leave it to chance. Everything you must spell out. They should know. You can't assume that the other party is aware. Now, this story, it's captured in the Daily Guide this morning. It's on page 6, but it's also been making the rounds on social media. I'm not sure if you know the story, Anita, but it's a TikTok couple. They've been arrested for killing their son, allegedly. Now, a shocking story has emerged from the city of Tema in the Greater Accra region as the police go after a couple whose TikTok videos have gone viral in recent days. Godpapa the Greatest and Empress Lupita, were seen in the videos engaging in various questionable actions, including smoking. I've seen a few of these videos. However, the most disturbing revelation came in interviews with the couple by Kofi TV, where they confessed to killing one of their children because he was possessed by an evil spirit. It's a bizarre one that is currently unfolding. According to Empress Lupita, and by the way, her appearance has changed significantly. So there's a before and after, if you will. Anita, take a look. Yes, so she went from being quite plump, healthy looking to now quite slim, quite haggard looking. The hair looks a bit disheveled. But according to Empress Lupita, her husband saw the future of their son as a demon who could potentially destroy Ghana. And so they believed it was necessary to sacrifice him to save the nation. The couple, though, they have been picked up. But even the gentleman in question who's married to this lady, Empress Lupita, he calls himself Godpapa. His appearance has also completely changed. When we talk about the family unit, I think for a lot of us, we think about the immediate family with no external influences. We're told to insulate ourselves, make sure nobody gets into your business, and so on and so forth. But here's a situation where maybe if outsiders had spotted some of these things, they could have, intervened. Right. What do you make of this sort of new age family unit where it's really the immediate family, nuclear family? What space then, or what space exists then for the external family, or, as we know, the community as a whole to get involved? How do you marry the two?
Well, so yeah, this story is quite shocking.
Very shocking.
This is my first time. I didn't know of the story, so that's sad. The extended family is very important. I mean, the whole family unit. I like the word you use, community.
Right.
If we think that our community is important, then how much more our extended family members? Yes. So you see, that's the thing. We have to be educated. Whatever family that you come from, even if you think that your extended family members are problematic, they have this and that, you're still your family. You can only educate your family members along certain ways, but they have to be involved. This particular situation, I'm thinking that both husband and wife may have a particular issue. It could be mental, it could be whatever. Perhaps even if extended family members had come in, they wouldn't still have listened.
Right.
Yes, because they were bent. Whoever saw, the man says...
He saw a vision, yes, that the son was going to destroy Ghana.
Nobody has the right to take another person's life. So if you had a vision, what are you? Are you a spiritual person? Are you a pastor? Are you what? No, I don't know what religion would allow another person to kill another person because you think that they're going to... That's sad. That's sad. So they're bent on doing it. Right. I think that it was premeditated. Well, I'm not the investigation is still going on. But when you listen to it, it's definitely premeditated because you're saying you saw the future. And so it's like you need to curtail whatever that would happen. So it is premeditated, and that's so wrong.
And in fact, the story goes on to say, in addition to the shocking murder confession, the surviving child also accused his parents of maltreatment, saying sometimes that they would, it's unpalatable for the morning, but they were possibly feeding this child fecal matter.
Wow. And
this is a long list of abuse that has been cited. Really, really disturbing things. But as we know now, they've been arrested. Investigations are underway.
Yes, that's it.
So you say the external family, of course, has a role. We can't discount that. The community as a whole has a role. What do you also make of this assertion that these days, nobody can discipline another person's child? What do you make of, the wider community when it comes to discipline? Should that be left to the parents or to the guardian? It's a tricky one.
Yeah, quite tricky. But you see, in Ghana, when we mention family, truth be told, it's not just father and mother. Extended family members, aunties, grandparents, and all that. Family, even the church, or the different religions that we have. Yes. So if we say that, leave the child's grooming to just the parent, that would not be enough.
Right.
Because there are times that children are out, they're going off. There was a time that I was in a salon and there was a young boy that just entered. He pulled a seat and sat on it. Growing up, that's not what my parent taught me. You have to learn to greet. These are basic etiquette that people need.
Right.
And so the hairdresser corrected him and said, you see, do we say that because the hairdresser is not the child's parent, don't say anything about it? So yes, it's okay for the society or the community and members of the church to groom, even the schools. Imagine that your child is at school and he's misbehaving. The school father or school mother cannot say anything. No. There has to be an opportunity for the community to groom a child, to correct a child. However, because that's not your child, you cannot also be too, sometimes you can't slap the child, you can't whip or spank the child just anyhow. But when it comes to at least grooming, guidance, counseling and all that, yes, the society should be allowed to do that, because the child is for the family, but it's for the country.
Absolutely.
Right. So.
Feeling nice. Today I'm feeling nice.
Well, time check, it is some 12 minutes to the top of the hour, 9 a.m. You're still live here on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Some people they rate me, some of them hate me, but I don't ever worry, 'cause everything done paid already. I handle everybody. Now it's time to
We've been speaking with Anita Annan.
everything done paid.
She's a certified confidence life coach, relationship and lifestyle consultant.
On the road and spoil myself. Take a moment by myself. I need a pamper me, because in this life I work so hard for it. I make so much sacrifice. That's why today I'm feeling nice.
A very happy birthday. This one says, happy birthday to my sister from another, Meek Edu. I love you so much. God richly bless you and make you great. Again, this one is a very, 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 very happy birthday to my sister from another mother, Meek Edu. I love you so much. God richly bless you and make you great. Lots of love from Faustina. Happy birthday to you, Meek. Have a great day. Well, we still have a few minutes until we make way for Community Connect. Let's open up the phone lines, and if you have any thoughts from everything we've discussed this morning, you too can get involved in the conversation. You are an integral part of the show each and every morning. The numbers are as follows: 0592 928 795, or give us a call on 0208 227 290. One more time, it is 0208 227 290. The first number one more time is 0592 928 795. So do give us a call. And he said, before we bid you farewell, times are changing, things are quite different, especially with the financial situation of a lot of parents. So maybe where they were able to do much more for the family units, they're not able to do so much now. What do you think they should be doing? Having open, frank conversations? How do they go about that?
Yes, open, frank conversations. That's it. This time, this is the family's state of affairs, state of the financial affairs of the family. Yes, this is where we are at now. And so this is what we have to do. We have to tighten this bolt. We have to loosen this nut. Yes, once there's that conversation, every member of the family understands that this is it. And so the needs would come, but the wants would have to be shelved at the time. But if the conversations are not made, people are not aware, and so they're going to be very frivolous. Yeah.
And that's important, that's all
it is
set out.
But I need to say this quickly. I wish that people would be more entrepreneurial. When we're going to school, it's a lot of academics, educational and all that. If we go through that entrepreneurial journey, I think that people will now have different streams of income. Yes, against the 9-5 and all that. People need to know that there's more that they can do. Everybody has talent, everybody has skills. You can utilize all of that to help the family's financial growth.
And that's important.
Extremely.
Phone lines are still activated. We would love to hear from you. 0592 928 795, or call us on 0208 227 290. That's 0208 227 290. I think we have a call coming through. I wanted to talk about in-laws and their influence on the marriage. But before that, Clifford is on the line. Clifford, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Helen. Good morning to you and then your sister in the studio.
Thank you for calling this morning. You're on air.
Yeah, Helen, I think you people are discussing a beautiful topic that I would like to ask one question.
Sure.
My question is that as a worker, you earn good money, but at the end of the month, you cannot even pinpoint what you use your money for. And I want to find out what has gone wrong about you yourself and how you handle your money, and what can you do to stop that.
Okay, Clifford. Anita is here. She'll answer that question. Clifford wants to know, even with your personal finances, it's as though the money isn't stretching long enough. How do you, rein yourself in, also check yourself, make sure that you have enough for this yourself and the family?
Okay, so one, I can say budgeting. If we do not budget, we're going to just use our money anyhow. Yes, you're budgeting. What are your needs? What are your wants? And then you also have opportunity to save. Some people say that your needs are the things that you really need, you can't do without. Your wants are the things that you like, but you can live without. Yes, once we're putting our wants first, our monies will get finished, because by the time you have used your wants, you would need the money for your needs. And so if you use the money for your needs after that, you wouldn't have any other money.
Right.
So how much is coming in at the end of the month? What are your needs? What are electricity, gas, all of that? What do you need for an emergency fund, so that just in case an eventuality happens, you can take care of it? How much are you saving? This is my definition of investment. Cutting down. Sometimes investment simply means cutting down expenses. Yes.
And that's what a lot of us find quite hard to do. Listen, we're even seeing government struggle to cut down on its expenses. How much more, us? And the argument is that sometimes the only way to really save money is to make more money, because however you slice and dice it, the amount it's just not stretching. But you say, as long as you start prioritizing the needs and wants first, well, what can come, can come. The needs have been taken care of. The rest will follow.
Right.
We still have some space for a call or two, so do get involved. We're talking about the family unit. All throughout the month of May, we've been focusing on the family, looking at the family's health, spiritual wellness, and also financial capabilities. Juliet from Kaswa is on line 1. Juliet, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Helen, and your guest.
How are you, Juliet?
I'm well. Helen, I want to find out from your guest how to handle a child who is very difficult, who finds it difficult to follow simple instructions. How do you handle such a child?
Juliet, thank you for that question. Anita will answer. How do you handle the Kofi Babones in the family?
Well, so for one, there are some children who are hyperactive. Yeah, sometimes it's clinical. So if you think that it's getting out of hand or something that you cannot handle, you can send the child to the hospital. Yes, there are certain mental health conditions that makes the children very hyper and compulsive.
Right.
Yes. But if it's behavioral, sometimes it's also the parental style. There are some children, they may be kids, but they like to be reasoned with against being yelled at.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of the parenting, a lot of Ghanaians, they have a specific parenting style. That's to scream at the child, beat the child, and all that. They do not relate to the child. You see, children are children, but they're very smart.
Yeah.
Yes, and for some who are called the Kofi Babones and all that, once you start reasoning with them, talking to them, you realize that they listen. But if you keep going aggressive, they're going to be also reactive. So yeah, that's what I can say.
So it's a case where it's not one size fits all, because children are so different. And I like that you talk on the aspect that there could be some health issue at stake, and it's not often that we, even parents know to check that. So at what point would you say to introduce that element of wanting to see a doctor about your child? When should you think about that?
Well, so if the parents, you're very aware, I like to say that sometimes the parents themselves are having a lot of issues. You see, when you're very frustrated, it's easy to push it on on others.
That's right.
Yeah, so parents should find that time. Is it that I'm exhausted? Am I bent out emotionally and all that? Once that is taken out of the picture and you realize that, it's not your frustration that you're meting out on the child, but it's just the child, you can handle it from that angle, the reasoning, the different tactics. You have to change your style. I mean, if it's not working in a particular, you have to change it. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same answer. Isn't that what we're told?
That's right.
So if you keep changing and you realize that, this is not working, then perhaps you would want to see a family therapist. Yes, the family therapist comes in and it's not just handling the child, but it's handling the entire family. Because the family must be supportive of whatever. That is, if it comes out that it's a mental health issue. So
Juliet, I hope that answers your question. We'll park it for the phones. Now it is some 3 minutes to the top of the hour. Of course, Community Connect is coming your way with Johnny Hughes. Let's say goodbye now to Anita. Anita Annan is a certified confidence life coach, relationship and lifestyle consultant. Thank you